So I'm back again. It is March 7, 2015 at 9:40 p.m. I went to get my nails done. I wasn't sure if I was going to want to get my nails done. I said, let me maybe just get my eyelashes done. It's like I'm so used to getting my eyelashes done. It's amazing. But at least my own natural eyelashes started to grow back. And so I called, Dahlia to see if she could do my eyelashes. And I said, maybe I should do my nails. And I said, well, because I haven't done it since my birthday. So I said, well, I don't really have a special occasion, but then why not, So I said, well, I got to look at the finances now. How is this going to work, because it's like I'm trying to keep what I have in reserve because I'm not sure what's coming up for this week to have some money. So I said to God, I said, something, God, I said, if it's meant to be for me to get my nails done, and I know it's at the last minute, and if Dahlia is able to do it, then I'm okay with it. And if it's meant for me to get it done and she says that she can do my nails, then I know that you are going to be providing the funds for my nails to be taken care of. So I said, so when I call her, and if she responds and said if she's too busy and if she could just do my eyelashes, because the main thing I wanted to do was my eyelashes. So I said, but then if I'm to do my nails and my feet and she's able to do that, then so be it. So when I called her, she told me that she had other people, I said, okay, no problem. I said, it's no special thing, but if she can, I said, but I don't want to do my nails and not do my feet. I always do both at the same time. I just can't have the vibration of old, nail polish and new nail polish, old and new. So either way, I proceeded, and she said, okay, come. And we coordinated together within our thoughts to time close enough to the timing of how this can work. And it worked out. Of course, I didn't get there at the time that I said I would get there, of course, because I was rushing and everything. And I decided to put on my beautiful diamond-like jewelry that I got from Lord & Taylor years ago. And it was around the time of my birthday, I remember. And I recall that I even said to myself, oh boy, it just makes me feel so rich, makes me feel wealthy. I'll change it to that. I felt so just filled with wealth, when I got it. And the funny thing is, I got the necklace before I got the earring. It wasn't even at the same time. And the universe just responded to me because the lady at the desk gave me, at the counter, she gave me the earrings, not even knowing that I had the necklace already. So this is how the universe was already putting things together. And, and when I say I have so much jewelry, and they're not all necessarily real, but I have so much jewelry that either is to match something that I wear or just reflects my personality. And when I looked into the history, but goes without saying that in Egypt they wore jewelry, jewelry was worn, and some of you may look at it as being vanity, but it is not. It is just an expression of who I am. That's all it is. You all have your own expression of who you are. If you choose not to wear jewelry, that's your choice. I choose to. I love to see it on myself. I love to have myself put together with what I wear. It doesn't matter what size my body is. It doesn't matter whether I'm having a good day or a bad day. I like to allow myself to feel good and to look good, and that's the bottom line. So I come back to the top now, and what happened is I got my sign. They're talking to Linda because I showed her the peacock. I showed her the peacock necklace that I received, and also the peacock wrist bracelet. To my unknown surprise, the necklace and the peacock actually came from China, but the wrist bracelet actually came from Hong Kong. So I received 2 different peacock replicas, beautiful jewelry from 2 different countries, but it's still representing Asia and of Asian descent. And I told Linda, and Linda is she is Chinese. She's Chinese. I asked her, I said, well, what part of Chinese are you? Your lineage, is it Hong Kong or China? She said Hong Kong. So then I proceeded to ask her what language is it that's spoken, because I was listening to her speaking to one of her colleagues who was Chinese, and for some reason when I was listening to her talk, it sounded so similar to some of the what you hear me talking in these recordings, but it felt like a combination of that and African. So I then said to her, I said, now, what is the language spoken? So she said, well, they speak Cantonese in some part, to the Hong Kong, but they also speak Mandarin. So I said Mandarin. So she said, but now it's more like they're bringing it back to speaking Mandarin. So I then said to her, because as she's talking to me, the spirit is talking to me as well, because remember when I was at the restaurant Stir Crazy, and the spirit showed me the connection I have to the Mandarin, the Ming Dynasty. So I asked her, where did the Ming Dynasty originated? She said, Hong Kong. I was like, oh my God. I said, this is incredible. So I told her, I said, then what language is really spoken? She said, well, they speak Cantonese. So I said, is Cantonese like a broken down language? So, you know, it's hard to kind of understand when she speaks, and it's hard for her to understand when I speak. And also you got to have an understanding of what is also being spoken, because even though she may speak and talk a little bit of English, there's also understanding what's being said, because the English language can be very complicated because it depends on how you're interpreting it, what's being said, the tone of when you're saying it. And the same thing applies to Chinese. When you're speaking Chinese, there's a certain way that the level and tone of how it is being spoken that also has a different meaning. So that lets me even realize, as I'm speaking, the original language of the soul is music. We derive from music. That's why I love music so much. It's just like it rings in my ears. And almost every artist out there who has contributed songs through singing and dancing and lyrics and all that stuff is because you're so attuned to the music. It comes and it's expressed in the song and the lyrics, you know, and then you blend in the notes. So that is the harmonic notes, the original harmonic notes, and it's like a beautiful, it's like a harp, you know. So that allows me to understand, and that the reason why when we're speaking in a certain language, depending on the tone, and it's a lot harder and more difficult to feel or know when someone is typing or has something written, whether or not you think they're upset at you or not, or if they're happy, because you're just reading words. You're not feeling or seeing the expression or hearing it from the person, how it's coming across, because you're just reading words. You see, so that's why it's important to understand, okay, not to know, because I'm not telling you something. I'm explaining to you what Spirit is telling me and what I'm feeling as well at the same time, is that self-expression is more expanded. Self-expression means that when you're saying something, speaking something, and doing it, it's being expressed. And therefore, when the person is seeing it in a visual, therefore it creates a harmony. And that harmony in and of itself has a meaning and a definition. And there's an explanation with that as well. Because it's like if you see somebody dancing in the streets and it's like stomping and it seems like more aggressive type of behavior, then there's an expression of maybe there's some type of an issue or something to be expressed of anger or frustration. Then if someone who's dancing in ballet and it's more quieter, simpler, it's fluid, it's like wings, you know, wings on an angel, and then you feel like, oh, they're at peace, you know. And then you have those type of dances that you're moving vigorously, and when you're hearing the words of the songs and stuff like that, there's a feeling of maybe some happiness and joy and vigorousness and you know, zeal and zest and, you know, hooray and stuff like that. That's what I'm saying. So you see all the different notes and songs that come together, there's an expression. You cannot possibly tell yourself and feel that you can get some sort of expression from reading something in a text or an instant message, unless you have the emoticons, they call it, where you put a happy face. So I think it's great that if you are typing and texting or emailing or instant messaging, then put some type of expression right behind it, so that way the person can interpret whether, oh, she was feeling great today, oh, she was feeling happy today, oh, he was feeling sad today, oh, he's in bewilderment, oh, he's in awe, oh, he's in amazement, oh, he's in sorrow, oh, he's in pain. You see, because one can write something and the person who's reading it is interpreting it in the way they think that it could be occurring. Well, in the meantime, the person who wrote the message, they're thinking the person is interpreting it the way they're feeling and seeing it, when actually that's not what it is. So I had to just bring that up, you know, too as well. And then I'm going to go back to my miracle message from God. So the bill for my nails and my eyelash and everything came out to $77. I was in awe. I said, Linda, this is amazing. She said, what? I said, because I got my sign from God. She said, what do you mean? So I wrote out the check and I said to her, I said, because I've never had a bill for $77. I said, now I asked God to show me a sign, you know, as far as doing my nails and my feet at the same time with my eyelashes, because I wasn't sure with the finances how that was going to go. And I told her that if Dahlia said that it worked out for her to do both my nails, then so be it. So obviously it did work out to do that, but on top of that, God gave me like a extra, I would say it's an extra surprise in confirming that not only did the fact that Dahlia was able to do all of and the above, because I deserve it, right? But the fact that I got even extra confirmation because the bill came out to 77. So as I'm writing out the check, Linda says to me, oh, you could change the date. And I'm like, no, why would I change the date? But you see, she said what she said because the Spirit had her say it on purpose, because I was to remember and recognize that today is the 7th day. Today is the 7th day. March 7th, and what is God? We're created 7 days of creation. See, so I've been creating for 7 days now. You see, so that's what God is showing me now too. See, I'm getting another message, and I said to her, oh, guess what? The number of my house is number 7. Oh, guess what? Yemaya's number is number 7, and she's also a part of creation, the ocean and the mothers and creation of life. The fishes, yes. And when Jesus, wasn't it 7 loaves of bread and 5 fishes? 7 again. So Linda said, oh my God, 777. She got all excited. And then Dahlia must have heard some of this. She said, what, you got another breast? I said, yes. I said, come over here. And when I explained it to her, she's like, oh my God. So it's so wonderful to get these messages, in all different ways. It's exciting for me, and I'm happy to share it because this is happening right now. As I record it, I'm in the moment. I'm in my element of joy with all of these messages. I sure am. So I shall have some more things that I wish to discuss, because I did receive more revelations, more information to do with this beast, yes. Oh yes, and it's incredible. That's all I can say. It's just absolutely incredible with all of this. I am in amazement with how, if you give it time, the Spirit will reveal all things in due time. Everything is just a matter of timing. And it's like, it's in sequence. It's in syncrocity. It's in synchronizing. Everything is synchronizing. The data, who we are, who we're becoming, how much acceptance we have of ourselves, how much are we moving forward, how much are we realizing, how much are we paying attention, how much are we seeing the signs and the signals and everything, how much are you going towards your inner guidance. How much do you feel strong within yourself as far as the changes and accepting the changes that are occurring outside of yourself and the ones that are occurring within you? You see, because either way, even if you choose not to decide to do something or to be something, life is still moving along, it's not waiting. It's still moving along. That even at some point, your angels and your guides are going to do more than just, tapping. They're going to be shouting, screaming. You're going to see your phone start to also, give you messages, like they're typing it out to you. So I'm just telling you, that is what's being said to me right now as I am speaking. So I'm not the only one that's going to be having my own revelations. You're going to be getting your own revelations and revelations within revelations, okay? This is where we're heading. This is what's happening, okay? There's no running away. There's just running towards and going through it, okay? No to and staying. It's going through it. Movement forward.